video I showed you how to trace templates onto fabric for quilting. Now I'm going to show you how to trace a different type of template. It's called a stencil, and it's for marking quilts when you're ready to begin hand quilting or machine quilting. It's just sort of your guideline for those quilting stitches. Templates are made of flexible plastic, although honestly they could be made of anything. Cookie cutters are good templates, things like that. Anyway, they're a guideline to use for marking. Here, this has little different ones: a sun, an apple, a flower, a sheep, a carrot, that sort of thing. They're used a lot for borders when you're getting ready to quit your borders. Here's a heart one that I've used in the past. They're nice and flexible, and you can see they have cutout where you're going to take your drawing tool, marking tool, to mark on your fabric. First, I'm going to mark on this smaller piece of fabric. You always want a nice sharp tool to mark. I use this water-soluble marker. I like this a lot. This one's a little bit thicker. I also have a finer tip, excuse me. I also use pencils. It all depends on the fabric I'm using. For example, I can't use the white chalk because that's not going to show up on this white fabric, the white chalk pencil. That's why on white I usually always use this water-soluble glue. And I have never had a problem getting this out of a quilt. Just don't heat set it first. Then it'll become permanent. The directions, always follow the directions of the marking pens and pencils that you have. Don't ever heat set unless it's specifically a heat set marker type process. So anyway, you're going to take your template and let's see, I'm going to do this little turtle here. You always want to, I'm right-handed, so I hold the template down with my left hand, depending on where you want it. You hold the stencil down, and you might even want to sort of, because it's flexible, put your fingers around it and sort of hold down the edges so it doesn't move back and forth. And with your other hand, just start marking. It's got a nice, just easily fill in all those little marks. That'll help you later when you're sewing. Just trace out and fill out every single one. It's really simple to do. And there you go. There's your little turtle. And when you get ready to sew, just use either your machine or by hand. Just sew along that guideline. It's as simple as that. There are a few different marking tools that I'm going to show you. I forgot to show you a couple of them. This is a little bit darker fabric I'm going to use for this demonstration. Some people like these. They're pounce pouches, or I'm not sure. They're filled with chalk. I bought this to try. It's very, very messy. It does work, but it's messy. So some people like these, some people don't. We're going to try this little kitty cat. You just sort of pounce that chalk bag down, and there you have your kitty cat plus some others. And that's the problem. It gets really messy, and you just, unfortunately, you get chalk everywhere. But it does give you a nice bright line, a nice crisp line, and it's really easy. You don't have to worry about drawing or anything like that. There are other methods as well. I don't know if the pink is going to show up on this. This is more for a straight line, so that actually would not work so well. I have gray pencils. Gray on this would not work so well, although you can see it. But, you know, depending on your kind of fabric you're using, you can see there the marking isn't that bright. So that's how you trace a template. Here's a bigger template. This would be good for a border. And again, you just take your white chalk pen on this and just fill in the marking lines. It's as simple as that. You just hold it down, keep going. And already this pencil needs to be sharpened. That's the only down. Always have a little pencil sharpener with you. That's a good tip. And there you go. And there are your bright lines. And when they're ready to come off, it takes a little doing, but you got to wipe them off. Sometimes, depending on the instructions, you can wipe it off with your hand or with a little bit of a damp cloth. It all depends on the marking tool. So that's how you mark with a different kind of template. That's called a stencil, and that again is primarily used to mark quilting lines on your finished quilt. Thank you.